Joining us now, real estate commentator Evan Rugen, Bowery Boy, you can find him on social media, and developer Humberto Lopes, HL Dynasty. You've seen him ranting on social media as well. Both have a massive following, and they talk about these topics all the time. So let's get right into it. Evan, I'm going to start with you because you live in a rent-controlled building, in a unit as well, and you kind of blew up on social media when you were talking about a lot of these units sitting empty. So when we're talking about what's happening right now, as you live in a rent-controlled building in the unit, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, big picture, when I came to come to this interview today, I'm on the 5th floor. When I walked down my stairs, I walked by 4 vacant apartments that have sat vacant for 5 years. That's an issue, right? High level, I just want these apartments occupied. And then we talked to you, Humberto, about someone that owns these buildings as a landlord.
Yeah.
Why are you seeing that?
The reason why is there's quite a few different things, right? And different areas of this here. I'll give you an example of one of my own apartments that we just did. We invested simple $7,000. Clean it up, paint it, fix it all up. Simple $7,000. We did the math, we got a $30 increase. Divide that into the $7,000, it's like 18 years I'm going to wait for my money. Just on that little thing. Imagine the other apartments that are $80,000, $75,000. When do we see that money? So it's bad in that sense mathematically. A lot of people forget that real estate is a business. And that's all it is, and we have to understand that. Really important to understand it's a business. If I were to tell you, hey, put $7,000 in that apartment and do me a favor, wait 19 years, would you do it?
I wouldn't. See, a lot of people wouldn't.
Nobody would do it.
Evan, on the other side of things, I know you've talked to quite a few people where maybe your idea of why they're not fixing these apartments up might be a little bit different. Like they are getting some subsidies, but maybe they're not taking them because of other reasons. Have you seen that?
They're just not financially motivated to renovate these apartments. You know, when I moved to my apartment and I moved my apartment from free market to rent stabilized, the landlord lost $400,000 in market value.
Wow.
Right? So it's just the landlords are not financially incentivized. As a result, the apartments sit vacant. People on social media don't understand that, but it's like, hey, if you own the building, would you sacrifice the value of $100,000 to rent this apartment? Probably not.
As a business deal, no, because that'd be a bad business deal. And Humberto, you know all about doing good business deals. When we talk about the policies enacted after someone like Bill de Blasio, where we saw these rent freezes start to come into play, as a landlord, talk to us about how difficult it is to get people out of your building that are not paying rent.
Average is 2 years. 2 to 3 years. And then you have to sue them in another court for the back rent. There are some programs that the city has, you know, the one-shot deals and stuff like that. But when some of these tenants are so far gone, it's too late. It's so difficult. And sometimes you're waiting 5 months for a court date. That's not fair. That whole system that they did in the court systems, it's like a kangaroo court. And it's sad because there's no need for that. If it's for non-payment, what's the problem? It's non-payment. Why do you say, and then the postponements. Some of these tenants are very smart. So they'll say, okay, I need a lawyer. So now 2 months later, they come with a lawyer. To do what? You owe me money. Think about it's the bottom line, you owe me money. What are you going to have the lawyer to tell me how much you owe me? Does that make sense? The judges must take control of that. And that's what I feel bad. The judges do not take control to say, wait a minute, I don't know what you need. You owe $25,000. Okay, let's think about how you're going to pay that. And the other thing that the court systems are badly, they're supposed to say that if you don't pay me rent, you're supposed to put it in an escrow account. You're supposed to have that money to the side in an escrow by law of the system, right? They don't do that. The judge doesn't even ask for it. See, these are the things that we go by what the judge dictates in that courtroom. And he doesn't even ask them for tax returns, doesn't ask them for where's your pay stub. None of these questions are asked, which is very, very important to me to say, what's this guy doing with his money? But don't get me wrong. If you are bad and in bad shape, I'm the first guy to say, let's help him out. But if you're a scammer
and you're taking advantage of the system,
and the system, the judge knows that already, and that's the problem.
Let's talk about some future issues here, as we're hearing from a lot of people voted for Zoran Mondani, who is the Democratic mayoral candidate, and we talk about those rent freezes on the rent-stabilized apartments. Your thoughts on that moving forward, as you live in one currently?
Yeah, I mean, that's horrifying. I mean, we were talking backstage. I think the operating costs last year went up 12%, whereas rent stabilization went up 1%, right? So it's just the math is not mathing, right? These buildings are very old. They're falling apart. Every time it rains, I'm on the top floor, rain's coming to my apartment. I'm not even going to hit up the landlord. I know he's not going to fix it.
Because he cannot afford to do it.
He can't afford it.
Your thoughts on that as we head to break soon?
Here's the problem. Right now, July, right? My taxes went up 15%. So if I'm paying $30,000 already, it went up almost $4,000, $5,000 increase. Who do you think I passed that on to? You see? It's a common sense thing. We don't have to be math Einsteins. I mean, it's simple math. It doesn't work, right? The sense of the little 2% or 3% increase, and you take me 15% on property tax, we're lost right there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a total loss. And the other thing a lot of people must understand here right now in New York City, we're really talking about not developers, we're talking about mom and pop.
Yeah.
Mom and pop.
Certainly
the guy that's got the building, your building's probably mom and pop. Is guys that had it, his son or mother gave it down to him, and now
it was mom and pop.
Was it mom and pop?
He lost in foreclosure.
I would love to sit and talk with you guys more about this, but we got to go to break. You guys got to follow them on social media. The conversation continues there. More noon straight ahead.
Cool.